There are 2 fouls on the play. They nails a man downfield on the offense. Number 61. Personal foul, roughing the passer. Defense number 47. By rule, the 15-yard penalty is assessed, and the 5-yard penalty is disregarded. That foul will be penalized from the previous spot, half the distance to the goal.
How about that?
Well, first off, it was a really good job by Drew Brees. Comes back inside to get the extra time, and that is absolutely roughing the passer. John Lynch could see that the football was going to be thrown. He took 2 extra steps and still ran into Drew Brees.
It gives Brees and the Chargers a 1st and goal to go with 40 seconds to go and a full allotment of timeouts. Chance to go to the locker room with a nice working margin. We'll call it from the 8-yard line. Tomlinson has scored both of the San Diego touchdowns. Brees, left side, and a little miscommunication. That was in the area of Gates.
Boy, that's one thing. Young receiver, Antonio Gates. You've got to know, here comes the blitz. John Lynch, the safety, coming free. Drew Brees has to make a quick decision. So as a receiver, you got to make a quick decision too. There's not time for extra moves. John Lynch coming. Oh, Roman Oben picks him up, but allows DJ Williams to come in there untouched.
Gates needs 1 touchdown to tie the NFL record for touchdown catches in a season by a tight end. He has 11. Mike Ditka and others hold the mark of 12. 2nd down and goal. Brees tries the right side. It's McCardell, and that is only a gain of a yard. Champ Bailey closed it down at a timeout called by San Diego with 26 seconds to go in the 2nd quarter.
Good job by the Broncos defense. The Chargers trying to confuse them with all the formations, put 3 receivers right together, but they find all 3 and cover them.
You know, Drew Brees, and visiting with Drew and discussing how things have changed so dramatically. They go and draft Eli Manning on draft day, make the trade with the Giants. They get Phillip Rivers plus a #1 pick from the Giants. Rivers holds out for 29 days in camp, signs a $40 million contract. It looks like Brees is just completely out of luck. It's all going to end here for him in San Diego, and now he's having a season that obviously merits MVP consideration. If it wasn't for Peyton Manning, I'd have a hard time coming up with anybody else other than Drew Brees.
Yeah, if it wasn't for Peyton Manning, but you're right, Drew Brees, all you can do is handle your situation. So he took advantage of the fact that Phillip Rivers didn't come to training camp. He got through the preseason. Not that it was great or anything like that, but the season started. He had some success, and he kept Phillip Rivers on the bench. And Jim, I'm not sure that Drew Brees can't be back here again next year. There's a lot of the Chargers way under the salary cap. There's other options they can do. They can franchise him and just pay him for one year. I think a lot will be determined on how they play the rest of the year.
On 3rd and goal, they go back to Tomlinson, and the Denver defense shuts it down. And the Chargers are letting the clock run down to bring out the field goal team to end the 1st half. Marty calls it at 4, make it 3 seconds to go.
Hey, look, though, but Jim, you talk about that situation. If Drew Brees leads them in the playoffs, and I don't think it even matters what he does in the playoffs, they're going to have to find a way to have him back again next year.
And it's just ripped apart last year. Called a bust, called a joke. And now look at what he's doing. The MVP candidates came in again with that 7-to-1 touchdown to interception ratio. He's thrown 1 pick today, but Donovan McNabb, T.O., and Peyton Manning. If you had to rank them looking across the board here, obviously Peyton's going for these numbers that are just out of another stratosphere. How would you rank them right across the line there?
I'd take Peyton Manning 1. Well, let's start with Drew Brees. He would be 2. McNabb is 3. Owens is 4. And Peyton Manning right now is the winner.
Rookie Nate Kading is in for a field goal try from 22 yards, and Kading, who kicked the winner last week at Kansas City, is good right here to close out the first half with a 10-point lead. It's officially in the books as a 23-yarder for Kading. And let's go down to Scott Kaplan.
Coach, obviously a very frustrating first half. Turnovers, penalties, missed opportunities. A must-win situation you told us yesterday. What do you do in the second half?
Well, you're right. That's what's happened. We've turned the football over, and we've stopped ourselves with penalties. To win the game, we're going to have to play a lot better in the second half.
All right, Coach, thank you. Jim, back to you.
Thank you, Scott. Jake Plummer picked off 3 times since the end of the first half. With the score, San Diego 17 and the Denver Broncos struggling 17-7. We've had deflections, we've had picks, we've had Tomlinson, and you're watching the NFL on CBS.
خلال ديسمبر كونوا من رواد موطن أروع الأفلام سينما سيتي.
I've been waiting for you.
كل اثنين لكم موعد مع نوع مختلف من المشاعر، من الدراما إلى الكوميديا والأفلام الغامضة.
I think, my dear, the best is yet to come for you.
ليالي الثلاثاء والأربعاء لكم موعد مع أبطال هوليوود في أروع أدوارهم. مايكل كيتون.
I got the police after me.
مورغان فريمان. جوني ديب.
I'm Sam.
ليوناردو دي كابريو. والكثير غيرهم. كل خميس تشاهدون عرضين لأكبر نجوم السينما ستشدكم إليها.
That is clever.
ماجي سميث. جون مالكوفيتش.
You said I was your cousin. Well, that was a lie.
ميشيل فايفر.
The way I see it, you don't have a choice.
وغيرهم في فرصة مضاعفة. وكل جمعة لا تفوتوا رواية دانيال ستيل. تمتعوا بكل هذا وأكثر عندما تشاهدون أروع الأفلام خلال ديسمبر على سينما. الضحك لا يتوقف خلال ديسمبر على سوبر كوميدي مع
Am I being fired?
That's My Bush.
Hey, Cary Grant, come to bed with Sophia Loren.
Ciao Bella.
We both know I'll be back tomorrow.
I know you do.
Just Shoot Me.
That lucky toothbrush?
She needs a friend. Okay.
The Single Guy.
Don't hate me because I'm beautiful.
Saved by the Bell.
There's so many people that can't look like that. Yo, Jogo!
Premium Blend.
He's actually a genius.
The Ali G Show.
Do you have any bedrooms?
Trigger Happy TV. The Norm Show والكثير غيرها. هذا ديسمبر على سوبر كوميدي. اضحك من أول نظرة.
Bravo!
What I'm talking about is a game. Game that can't be won, only played.
The Legend of Bagger Vance قريبا في عرض أول وحصري على سوبر موفيز.
Nextel helps groups get things done. Nextel, done.
Hi, everyone. Welcome once again to our studios here in New York, the Nextel Halftime Report. I'm Greg Gumbel, along with Dan Marino, Shannon Sharp, and Boomer Esiason. Thumbs up for everybody. At halftime, the Chargers are leading the Broncos by a score of 17-7. Lots happening elsewhere. Dan, Kansas City's in Oakland against the Raiders.
And there are 2 touchdown passes by Kerry Collins, and this one to Curry. This one after a pump fake, he finds Jerry Porter on a 51-yarder as the Raiders are up 20-10 in the first half.
Chiefs hoping to snap a 4-game losing streak. It's not happening so far. They're down 10 to Oakland at the break. Green Bay is in Philadelphia, where Donovan McNabb has thrown 5 touchdown passes now. 35-0 is the lead over the Packers, and there's still a minute 48 until halftime. The Giants in Washington. The Redskins have hit the 20-point mark for the first time all season long. 21-0. The Redskins lead now, coming up on 11.5 to play in the third quarter. Earlier today, Shannon, New England at Cleveland.
Yeah, and they beat up on them. Let them know it's just not the coach, it's the players. Corey Dillon here, 4-yard touchdown run. And watch this satellite tracking bomb by Tom Brady. Right in the arms of David Patton. 42-50.
The Browns lose. They go to 3-9 on the year, and the Patriots improve to 11-1. Boomer, Houston and the Jets.
Hey, despite the fact that Chad Pennington was back on the offense, it was a Curtis Martin day. 23 rushes, 134 yards, 2 TDs, 1 on the ground, and then 1 through the air right here. Nice catch and run after the catch as the Jets go on to win 29-7 in impressive fashion.
Know it'll win some games for you. The Jet defense has allowed just 17 points the last 3 games. Jets have won 3 in a row. Dan, Buffalo at Miami.
And Drew Bledsoe had a big day. 4 touchdowns on the day. A.J. Feely, not a good day. 5 interceptions. He throws one. Here to big Pat Williams. It's the speed, the agility, the quickness. He scores. He scores, and Buffalo wins.
Miami
42,
turned the ball over
32.
7 times today in losing by 10. Also, Dan, the Titans in Indianapolis against the Colts.
And Peyton Manning just starts where he left off. 425 yards, 3 touchdowns on the day, finds Brandon Stokely, 44 on the year now, and the man talks about the win.
It's obviously we have the right kind of guys on this team. That's all I want to do is to keep winning games. We're not even talking about that. We're just talking about winning games, just trying to get a playoff spot in this tough AFC. I mean, like I said, nothing's been decided. NFC divisions are already being clinched right now. AFC, it's so competitive. We're just taking it one game at a time and try to keep winning.
And they're taking it very well. The Colts have now scored 40 or more points in 4 straight games as they improve to 9-3. Boomer, the Bengals and the Ravens.
Hooday, hooday. Bengals are 4-1 in their last 5. Carson Palmer, 29 of 36, 382 yards, 3 TDs, including this one to Chad Johnson. And then from the 9-yard line, TJ Hushmanzada makes the move after the catch. He goes in for the touchdown. Kicker Shane Graham hits a 24-yard field goal to win. And then Marvin Lewis after the game in the locker room.
You did it because you went out in the second half, and no matter what the situation was, you overcame it. You believed.
Impressive performance against a tough Baltimore defense. They were down 20-3 at one point. They come back to win it by 1. Shannon, Atlanta, big trip to Tampa. Didn't turn out so well.
No, it has a reoccurring theme. This is the first of 5 turnovers by that Falcons offense. Tipped by Brooks, intercepted by Dwight Smith. And here's Brian Greasy off the play fake to wide open Joey Galloway. Stops, cuts back inside. 20-0 at this point. Final score 27-0, Tampa Bay over the Falcons.
A win or a tie would have clinched the division title for the Falcons. Didn't happen today. They were shut down by the Buccaneers. Boomer, Carolina in New Orleans.
Can't get any worse than this. 41 minutes, 51 seconds of possession time for the Carolina offense. Musa Muhammad takes it in from 10 yards out. They go up 13-0. Then Aaron Brooks does what he does every week. He throws an interception. Will Witherspoon. And we talked to Jim Haslett after the game about his team's first half performance.
It was bad. It was bad football. The first half was bad, ugly football, okay? And you guys, you like that, so you can use those words, all right? That's what it was.
Oh, we don't like that.
There was no argument from the crowd. 4 straight wins now for Carolina as they move to 5-7 on the year with a 32-21 win. Shannon, the Vikings in Chicago against the Bears and that quarterback.
Bears defense are for real, 3rd and 6. But here's the man of the hour, Chad Hutchinson, 15 yards to David Terrell, 17-14 at this point in Chicago. And again, 5 yards, Jason Mackey, as the Bears go on to win 24-14 over Minnesota.
Vikings turned the ball over 4 times, 3 of them coming on interceptions thrown by Dante Culpepper. Dan, Arizona in Detroit.
And a pretty solid day by Joey Harrington. He drops back here, a little pump fake. He finds Ty Street, 17-yard touchdown as the Lions win.
Arizona's lost 3 in a row now. Today, the final 26-12. Detroit a winner at home. And Boomer, the 49ers in St. Louis.
Oh, take out the dentures and break out the ice and the ace bandages as Chris Chandler's playing. For the injured Mark Folger, he finds Torrey Holt. 10 catches, 160 yards, and the Rams go on to win 16-6.
Dentures.
16-6 Rams a winner, and we thank you for joining us on the Nextel halftime report. Back to San Diego for the second half. Don't mind our conversation after this.
CBS Sports presents the Nextel halftime report. Nextel helps groups get things done. Nextel.
Halftime, the Chargers have that working margin. 17-7 is the score. Tomlinson has scored twice for the Chargers. They have picked off Jake Plummer 3 times. They'll take that 10-point lead into the second half. We'll be back after this message and a word from your local station. You're watching the NFL on CBS. Seconds away from starting the second half here in San Diego. Jim Nance, Phil Simms, Scott Kaplan, and a thought here before we begin the second half.
Well, my thought would be Marty Schottenheimer was right. These two teams played early in the season, but the Chargers have matured since then. They're a different football team.
All right, Phil, take a look at the scoring summary. And it's Tomlinson. This came after an interception on Denver's first series. And then Tatum Bell, the rookie, with the impressive run up the middle to tie the game. Tomlinson again, this time from a yard out. That was 3rd and goal from the 1. And then Kading, the close out the second quarter, good from 23 yards. First half numbers, as you see the turnovers, so critical. 3 committed by Denver, all of them interceptions. Plummer in that first half, only 6 of 18, Phil, for 113 yards. Some long ones to Ashley Lely, but again intercepted on 3 occasions. That's Knorr kicking off to Tim Dwight from the 9-yard line. And Dwight makes it close to the 30. Chakwara on the tackle, and for you fantasy fans, here's the notebook on the first half. Drew Brees with only his 4th interception thrown on the whole season. Tatum Bell with 4 carries for 22 yards. Reuben Drones, 7 attempts, 7 yards. That's it. And for the receivers, Gates and McCardell with a pair of grabs each. Tomlinson 56 yards rushing in that first half. One more half like it, and he'll go over 1,000 for the 4th time in 4 seasons. It's Tomlinson on first down, and he is stacked up. Stood up by Al Wilson. You know, at the start of the game, Phil, we showed everybody the Sims spotlight, and let's see how it's so far worked out.
Well, you look at the San Diego offense. They have given Drew Brees the time to throw the football down the field. And the Denver defense, it's done okay today. The adjustments they have figured out a way to cover Antonio Gates when he splits out wide, when he comes in motion. What this Denver defense is probably going to have to do, they're going to have to create some opportunities for their offense, which is struggling.
It's Gates on the reception on 2nd and 9. And he's just shy of a first down. It'll be 3rd and 1. Let's go back down to Scott Kaplan.
All right, Jim, thank you. I talked to Marty Schottenheimer coming out of the tunnel for the start of the second half, and as you might imagine, his message to his team was very simple. It's a 0-0 ball game, and if we're going to win this AFC West, we have one half of football that must be won. And Marty, always the master of coach speak. No real surprise there, Jim.
Thank you.
You know what I find interesting is you watch Marty Schottenheimer. I do not see him that often with a headset on. So he's just kind of letting his coordinators take care of it, and he's managing the football game.
On 3rd and 1, that's Brees for the first. We have another update, so we're going to send you back to Greg Gumbel in New York. Greg?
All right, Jim. The Chiefs and the Raiders. Here come the Chiefs. Larry Johnson from 5 yards out, skirts the left side, makes it into the corner of the end zone. It is now a 20-17 Oakland lead. Plenty of time left in the 3rd, Jim and Phil.
All right, thank you, Greg. That figured to be a shootout in Oakland as Larry Johnson has scored a touchdown for the 2nd straight week for Kansas City. 1st and 10 for San Diego as Tomlinson weaves his way out to the 47. And a gain of 7.
Some of that misdirection that time. Slow developing play for the San Diego offense, but looks like it's a run to the left. Take your time. Tomlinson comes back to the right. Nice move, cuts it in behind the blocking that just stays with the defenders, and they pick up 7 or 8 yards.
Chapman has come in for San Diego. He had one handle in the first half and fumbled. He has given this team a boost on a couple of occasions, including a 100-yard performance against Jacksonville. This is Chapman with his 2nd rushing attempt. Nice piece of running for a first down to the Denver 47.
You know, you look at this Charger team, so many stories, good stories, Brees, Schottenheimer, but one that just goes unnoticed, the offensive line. And Marty Schottenheimer just said, okay, I'm going to redo the whole thing. Look at it. look where everybody came from. Robin Oben, a trade. Fanotti missed the whole season. Draft pick, a free agent. Mike Goff, really good pickup from the Bengals for him. And Shane Olivier, how about that? A 7th-round draft pick coming in, and the coaches all say he's the meanest and nastiest one of the whole group.
First down, swinging it over to Tomlinson. Able to sidestep one defender and get down to the 40. That away from Al Wilson to gain 7. That's what Marty was talking about. He says to really be a good offensive lineman, you got to be smart, you got to be mean, you got to be nasty and willing to compete every play. And he had high praise for the rookie Olivier out of Ohio State.
Yeah, you know, and that goes, you know, I see there every once in a while when your offensive line, you need some nasty guys. You know, don't always just, okay, I'm blocking. You know, have a little temper to you. Have a little chip on your shoulder. And it shows as you watch this line play. They're tough and they're mean. And Hudson Houck, the offensive line coach, shoot, he should be the coach of the year.
2nd down and 3. And tackle for a loss. Ellis Johnson in on Tomlinson quickly. You talk about coach of the year. I know still got a lot to work out in the month of December, but you know, you look at Marty Schottenheimer as a candidate in this league, Bill Cowher, and I don't know, what would you say about all of that?
Well, it's hard. You know, I always, for some reason, I look at Coach of the Year. What about Bill Belichick coming off a Super Bowl, and his team is 11-1? We always take those teams just for granted, but what a turnaround, because nobody gave the Chargers any chance, and I was one of them too, of having a season like they've had so far.
It is 3rd down for the Chargers. They go over to Gates, and incomplete. A rare miscue for Antonio Gates. And the Chargers drive comes to a close. They'll boot it away. Kenoy Kennedy was quickly in on the quarterback, but that should have been caught. You're impressed by what you've seen with Mike Cyphers, the punter.
He can kick a better spiral than I've seen any quarterback throw in the National Football League. Even when he warmed up today, everyone's a perfect spiral.
He's had 21 punts this season inside the 20 and only 4 touchbacks. This ball bouncing around at the 5 and fielded smartly by the Chargers. They will pin the Broncos all the way back near the 1-yard line. Gerald Pippins kept it in play right at the goal line in another boot inside the 20. Chargers had it for 5 minutes, come up empty, but they back up the Broncos here in the 3rd quarter.
هل تريدون معرفة كل شيء عن واحد من أفضل اللاعبين المصريين؟ هل تحبون كرة القدم المثيرة؟ هل تحبون معرفة المزيد عن ناديه الجديد وحياته في هولندا؟ فلا تفوتوا إذن مشاهدة مغامرة غالي كل جمعة بعد جمعة فقط على الرياضية.
حسب الصقر ما بتعملش حساب للوقت وانا خايفة من النهاية.
وفكرك انا اقدر اعمل حاجة؟
انا جيت هنا عشان احذرك احسن من الفلوس. بقول دلوقتي
يا هانم ما تحاوليش تستمر. شوكة تحاول وما قدرش، وفهد بتاعك برضه حاول وما قدرش، لكن بالذوق كل شيء ممكن.
امرأة من نار في عرض أول قريبا على قناة سينما 1.
First half, as agreed.
كانت مجرد وظيفة عادية.
Second half, when the job is done.
ولكنهم لم يأخذوا في الاعتبار حبها.
We have a problem. She made a video.
لصناعة الأفلام.
I will track her down and I will get that tape back.
وهنا.
Did you see the tape?
Excuse me, miss.
تبدأ المطاردة للحصول على الدليل.
I need that tape.
I don't have any tape.
Nice try, but I wasn't gonna fall for it twice.
Bear Witness يعرض حاليا على TV Max.
Well, look at Denver coming out with its first series of the second half, starting near the goal line. Ball on the 2-yard line. That was great coverage by the Charger special teams. 4th time in 9 drives, Denver starts inside its own 15.
Denver's got to find a way to start running the football again. And now they're having trouble with the play. And they're going to call a timeout.
Coming right out of a timeout. Play clock was all the way down to 5. And the Broncos have to take a timeout. The lineup Monday on CBS still standing. Listen up. Everybody loves Raymond. 2.5 men and Monday's #1 show, CSI Miami, plus The Late Show with David Letterman. That's Monday here on CBS. Up on our NFL.com poll of the week, which team has been the biggest surprise this season? You can vote at NFL.com. Falcons, Packers, Jets, Steelers, or Chargers? Cast your vote. NFL.com.
And who would you cast your vote for, Jim?
Well, it'd have to be the Steelers or the Chargers. And that's positive surprise. There certainly are some surprises working the other way.
Yeah,
but I would say it'd be right. You know, you're talking about a team here that won 4 games a year ago. Again, hasn't been in the playoffs in the last 8 seasons.
Yeah, I think they would be the biggest surprise to me. Just the way they've done it. So solid, dominating some good football teams. The coach and the quarterback both overcoming adversity and again playing well here again today against a good Denver Bronco team. The Broncos trying to change personnel out of the timeout to confuse the San Diego Chargers, and then the players got confused. Jake Plummer didn't quite get the communication from the sideline, so they had to call a timeout.
They added 10 seconds to the game clock, 10 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. And out of the shotgun from the end zone on 1st down. Pump fake. Plummer's pass almost caught. Should have been caught, perhaps. Maybe he was knocked away by Jammer. It looked like Smith had a play on it. Smith again without a catch.
Quentin Jammer walking off the field, but Jake Plummer definitely loses control of this football. What a move by Rod Smith on the outside. Gets by Quentin Jammer, and you can see the football is way underthrown.
Looked like a little contact
got
before
away
the ball
with it.
arrived.
A lot of close plays. They can't see it all.
Jammer is out, getting some assistance. So Jammer out, and Jake is 0 for his last 6.
There is just a big blue.
.10
Here's what he was trying to say. The Broncos originally lined up in an illegal formation. Even though they shifted to one that was legal, you cannot do that in the National Football League. When you shift, you got to go from a legal one to another legal formation. They made
Numbers pass incomplete. Incomplete, and the last time the Broncos had to punt out of their own end zone, right at this end. You remember the big return by Parker all the way down to the 21-yard line. So Denver comes up.
Just another really terrific series by this San Diego defense. The run defense equal to even the Steelers, who sometimes with their 34 defense is very tough.
Micah Noor all the way at the back of the end zone. This is the fair catch at the 48 by Parker. 44-yard punt by Noor. Tomlinson and the Chargers have the lead. They'll take the field in Denver territory when we come back.
كما تصبح كرة القدم شاملة
الخطيرة الله
فإنها تكتسب نكهة أخرى. الدوري على الرياضية.
هاني خليفة يتحدث عن نجاح فيلم سهر الليالي.
أنا بحاول إن أنا أضع في اعتباري دايما المشاهد.
كلنا لازم نغفر.
القصة عنصر مهم قوي من نجاح الفيلم ده.
لا 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 ايه يا ابني السواقة دي؟
في أمل إن أنت تقول اللي أنت عايزه بطريقتك والجمهور يقبلك ما يعتبركش فن نخبوي.
لقاء مع هاني خليفة ضمن مخرج يتحدث الاثنين في 3:30 بعد الظهر على قناة الفن.
لو سمعت خبر مقتلك على الأخبار إلى أي
I'm high, dressed for success once again. The NBA live Saturday with the following game on Orbit ESPN.
San Diego will start this series at the Denver 48. They've had 3 previous trips begin in Denver territory. They scored all 3 times. 2 touches and a field goal. It's Tomlinson with room all the way down to the 38 near the first down.
Well, be the running back, and look what it looks like to him from behind. Good blocking up front. Finoti gets a good block. They are just pushing the Denver defensive players. They're just going down the line of scrimmage, and it almost looks like a Bronco running play.
For the screen, there he is a receiver. Kelly Herndon manning on him. And on 2nd and 1, they go with the fullback, and look at big Lorenzo Neal. Pinball it out to a first down.
Lorenzo Neal, LaDainian Tomlinson talked about him, says he intimidates defenders when he comes to block them because he just hits them so hard. But so when he gets a chance to run the football, he just act like you're a blocker. He gets down equal to Al Wilson, and because Neal is so big, Al Wilson can't bring him down.
That's only the 11th carry of the season for Neal. His longest rush of the year, picks up the first down. Denver showing blitz. Now they back off on the stretch play. It's Tomlinson. Tomlinson to the 20 and spun down at the 16. Hardwick and Oben with key blocks for 15 yards.
Boy, you said it, Jim. Just watch the offensive lineman lock onto the defensive lineman, and nobody can get off the block. And what a tackle by Kanoy Kennedy. Another good job, a stretch play. Run sideways, then when the runner sees a little open space or a gap, that's when they shoot up the field, and Tomlinson looks pretty sharp.
Yeah, and he's only 14 yards from 1,000. He's got 87 on the game. It's Tomlinson. Weaving for some room to the 9.
Boy, you watch this, it's what's going on right now. It's exactly what the Chargers hope for. A little misdirection to start the game, cutback runs, a reverse, double moves by the wide receivers, and then they hope to late, we said it earlier, they hoped as the game wore on that they could just wear out the smaller defense, and that's what we've seen so far in this drive.
Ball spotted at the 9-yard line. 2nd down. 2nd and 3.
It's got to be a run.
How about a pass, thrown away.
You know why I said it's got to be a run? Because I always watch the quarterbacks, and Drew Brees was making all these hand signals, and I usually just go, well, that's a bluff. But he was trying to communicate to the outside receivers, and they did not get it.
Third down coming up by Antonio Gates. Lofty standards. This has been a rather quiet day to this point for the second-year tight end who has been the talk of the tight end position in the league this year. He's lined up on the right side. Third down and 3. Chargers looking for the big lead. It's Tomlinson. Tomlinson working hard, and he has the first down at the 5. Got a little help there from Tonu Finoti.
One of the bigger men in the NFL, Finoti. Good athlete, number 77. Pulls around on the little draw play. Oh my gosh, what a dead-on hit on Al Wilson. And even though Al Wilson is physical, fast, and one of the better middle linebackers in the NFL, when you are outweighed by about 150 pounds, you're going to go backwards when you hit.
First and goal, Chargers. Tomlinson wrapped up and thrown down by Ellis Johnson. Inside of 6 minutes to go in the third quarter. Open the gates and let in the breeze. Maybe that's the play call.
Well, I don't know. You know, we haven't said much about it today, Jim, but Drew Brees, just the story, how he's played, what he's overcome this year, and he has been some man about it. Just came to training camp, worked hard, and is making it happen.
Second and goal, and that pass almost picked in the area of Lorenzo Neal. Now they're saying, hold on, it has not been ruled incomplete as it's being run back by Kenoy Kennedy. Swept it off the ground, and Kennedy returns it for a touchdown call on the field.
That was a very common play run by the Chargers. It's a play that the Broncos offense runs all the time, so the defense reacted well to it.
I say on the field because I think there are a lot of people think this might need to be reviewed. Oh, no question. Bounced around first, hit the back of Neal, and then Kennedy picked it up off the deflection, but it one hop to Herndon.
Well, let's see if it did hop. Now what do you say?
I think the nose of the football, no doubt, hit the ground first.
Well, you got to remember, there's got to be some evidence there that you can definitely quantify and say it hit the ground. That is tough.
San Diego challenged the ruling on the field, but the pass was intercepted.
Well, Kennedy ran it back 95 yards.
I haven't seen a shot yet that tells me that ball.
Right there.
Oh, there you go. That
right
was
there.
A better one.
Is that enough evidence?
That's better.
There you go. But they'll take a look at it upstairs. It's been challenged by the Chargers.
في بث مباشر على الرياضية ضمن لقاءات المجموعة الرابعة لكأس الأمير فيصل. مباراة ساخنة تجمع بين الأنصار برصيد خاوي من النقاط والهلال الذي ألحق بمنافسه هزيمة ثقيلة ذهابا. تابعوا لقاء الأنصار والهلال مباشرة السبت في الأوقات التالية على الرياضية.
خلال ديسمبر حرارة الأفلام ترتفع على السوبر موفيز.
Don't touch it.
ميل جيبسون.
What is he, an idiot?
يستجوب الحقيقة في The Million Dollar Hotel.
I work for the government.
مات ديمون وويل سميث يلعبان معا.
I'm not playing.
في The Legend of Bagger Vance. امرأة عاقلة في عالم مجنون. رينيه زاوجر في دور نيرس بيتي.
Oh, you're sick.
I have no short-term memory.
جاي بيرس يتذكر أشياء أولى بها أن تنسى في ميمنتو.
Don't speak till you're spoken to.
قلوب باردة وغير ساخنة. سكارليت يوهانسون في The Girl with the Pearl Earring.
Why don't you paint me?
كل هذه الأفلام أكثر من الأربعاء إلى الأحد طوال ديسمبر.
This is good.
سوبر موفيز بطاقتك إلى أحدث الأفلام.
اللغة الرسمية لكرة القدم هي الأهداف.
أجمل الأهداف
انا شايفه انه فريق متكامل.
افضل تحليل.
بيعجبني خلق انه ما بيتكسفش. وشك حلو يا حسام، ده كان هتاف الجماهير هناك. نستمتع بكم، نستمتع بالدوري الهولندي.
برنامج الدوري الهولندي في اسبوع كل ثلاثاء على الرياضية.
Okay. We're back. You see the touchdown is on the board, but is being challenged. And this is what they're looking at on this tip. Tip by Kelly Herndon. Appears to have hit the ground first off the back of Neil and then retrieved by Kanoy Kennedy and returned 95 yards.
Here's a shot. You can tell the football. You can tell by that little ricochet. In other words, like when you throw a ball at a wall and you're just short of it and it kicks up in the air real quick. That's what happens as Kelly Herndon tries to get his hand at a nice shot right here. Pretty good shot that you could see the football hits the ground. And I thought the fact that the Ron Winter is taking a little bit of time over there checking it out, that he was just trying to get the situation. If it is ruled incomplete, they're going to have to put some time back on the clock. Where's the football going to be spotted?
Again, it's got to be indisputable evidence and so critical. Is it 6 and then a 7th point for Denver, or is it 3rd and goal for the Chargers at the 5-yard line?
After reviewing the play. After reviewing the play, the ball bounced off the ground, then hit a defensive player. Therefore, the pass is incomplete. Please reset the game clock to 5:21.
So Denver denied on the return, and the Chargers will have 3rd and goal at the 5.
Well, is it a big play? Shoot, it's probably only maybe the division, playoff spots. There's so much at stake in this football game for the Denver Broncos, of course, and the San Diego Chargers. But you were explaining to me, Jim, if the Chargers win this game today, that they win almost all tiebreakers. Yep. If they even happen to falter down the stretch, they would still win the tiebreakers against the Denver Broncos.
They would have a 2-game lead with 4 games to go. They would have split the season series with the Broncos, but then you start going into the tiebreakers, and right now all of them are leaning towards San Diego's side. Now let's flip it. If Denver comes back and wins this game to even their records between these two teams, of course, they have the season sweep of San Diego. So the head-to-head right at this point would give it advantage Denver.
Right. Well, that's why you know, Jim, it's again, you talk about instant replay. People say, they don't need it in the game, human error. Well, how would you feel if they allowed human error in this game if you were a Charger fan?
Boy, with that play right there, which was ruled a touchdown on the field.
That's right.
Now taken back, and it's 3rd and goal. And Breeze with time, now hit and throws. Back of the end zone, it could have been caught. Justin Peel was in the back of the end zone as Reggie Hayward was coming down fast on Drew Brees.
We're seeing a lot of footballs that are usually caught, not today. Drew Brees looks to 2 receivers to his right. He waits for the 3rd one in the back of the end zone. And Justin Peel, it is a little bit behind him. What a throw by Brees. Under pressure. Not able to come up with it.
A second look, that was not an easy grab by any means for Justin Peel. And Nate Kading is in. He's already made one from 23. This is 23 yards again, and he's 2 for 2. Put on the board 3 more for Marty Schottenheimer's side.
جماهير مميزة، لاعبون متميزون، أهداف ممتازة، كرة قدم بامتياز. كرة القدم البرازيلية تبث حاليا على الرياضية.
شهر ديسمبر على تي في ماكس هو أسرع طريق إلى أحدث الإصدارات. تابعوا شون بين، تيم روبنز، كيفن بيكن، وهم يواجهون أعمق مخاوفهم في رائعة كلينت إيستوود الحائزة على العديد من جوائز الأوسكار ميستيك ريفر. شاهدوا جانبي الرجل الذي اختار أن يعيش حياتين في دراما الحصرية Assassination Tango.
Tomorrow evening I intend to do my job.
طالعوا مصير الأرض عندما يسيطر الكلاب عليها في الفيلم العائلي Good Boy.
I have come here on an important mission from the Homestar.
تمتعوا بعبقرية شكسبير الرائعة بالعربية في المسرحية الحصرية الملك لير.
Hello.
اكتشفوا كيف تستطيع قوى الحب تغيير حتى بان أفليك وجينيفر لوبيز في جيلي.
It means you're not my type.
خذوا أسرع طريق إلى أحدث الإصدارات ديسمبر على تي في ماكس، صالة عرضكم المنزلية.
The level of talent has risen. The anticipation is at an all-time high. Dressed for success once again. The NBA live Saturday with the following game on Orbit ESPN.
A stormy afternoon in San Diego, but the weather has improved, clearing skies, and Nate Kading adds 3 more. It's a 20-7 lead for San Diego. Jim Nance with Phil Simms and Scott Kaplan. Brock Alexander rocking back at the 8-yard line, awaiting the boot. Come to him at the 17. And again, excellent coverage by the San Diego special teams. Clinton Hart got to him first, only an 11-yard run back.
Let's go back and look at that incomplete pass by Drew Brees. Antonio Gates goes deep. Lorenzo Neal short. They're covered. Watch Justin Peele coming across the back of the end zone. The defense, people going everywhere. They lose sight of Justin Peele in the back of the end zone, uncovered. And why I wanted to show you that, pressure on the quarterback. If Drew Brees had the time that you could snap your fingers that much longer, it would have been a touchdown, and this game could have been over.
Jake Plummer has not completed a pass since the second play of the second quarter. And right on cue, he hooks up with Ruben Drones for a gain of 4. We've got college basketball coming your way next weekend, a doubleheader. It's Indiana and Kentucky, that great old rivalry. Indiana, Kentucky first, Stanford and Michigan State. The road to the Final Four on CBS next Saturday. It all starts at 1:30 Eastern Time.
College basketball.
It's heats up.
Yeah, it's
Good
exciting.
year for college basketball.
It really is, but I guess I'm not supposed to say this, but it's hard for me to get into it while the NFL's still going on. So I'll watch the old Kentucky Wildcats though when I get a chance.
It's Plummer. And that is not a sack because he got past the line of scrimmage before he was finally corralled by Terrence Keel. A gain of 1 yard. I'll say it's a good year for college basketball because so many guys came back this year. So many recognizable names. What happened here?
Terrence Keel on the blitz. He's picked up, but once the quarterback moves, the blockers don't know that, so he comes off of his block and he gets a hold of Jake Plummer for a short gain. Chargers mixing things up very well on defense. They are winning today 20-7 because they are the more physical football team on both sides.
Jamar Fletcher has come into the San Diego secondary as Plummer takes the shotgun snap on 3rd down, goes across the middle and broken up.